guys, welcome back to another episode of 12-Inch Figure Fanatic. Remember to subscribe. Today we're going to be opening up the newly released Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man Tell No Tales Jack Sparrow Deluxe Artisan Edition. Well, technically it's Artisan Edition Deluxe version. And what that means is I paid a little bit extra to get the woven hair braids versus the sculpted ones that have been in previous versions of this figure. We're also going to be doing a side-by-side with the one that I've had for a while from them, which is technically probably not going to match up as far as the clothing goes, because it is the on Stranger Tides, I think it's called, version. I get all the films mixed up. They just kind of blend to me. But let's take a closer look at this thing, because it comes with a pretty awesome base as well. Let's take a look. All right, big box here. So I have to admit, I've been wandering around the internet and found that there's kits out there for the Black Pearl pirate ship to put together from scratch. Not out of plastic, but out of wood, like true ship makers, where there's these long wooden planks that you've got to bend and warp in order to form the hull of the ship with a bunch of tiny details. And I was thinking about buying it. There's one in particular where it has a cutaway on one side of it with LED features on the inside, so you could see everything all lit up on the different levels of the ship. And looked at some forums, and it looked like it's about 150 to 200 hours of labor in order to put the thing together. And that's for somebody who's, you know, well versed at putting those ships together. And if I do buy it, it's going to be $700 and probably the biggest project I've ever done on my own. So I'm debating. I'm still debating about it. So kind of an elaborate box here. It kind of reminds me of the old school Hot Toys figures, like the Indiana Jones, for instance, and the first Pirates of the Caribbean figure. Oh boy. All right, so the box on the outside, it has some gold foiling on it, and that's pretty much it. On the inside, you got an illustration of the figure, close up, different poses here. Unparalleled standards of craftsmanship are on full display. Feel the wind in your sails as you embark on a new quest for treasure and glory in the company of the 1/6 scale collectible figure of Captain Jack Sparrow. Nice. Padding there. Okay, so you've got the figure here, the head sculpt separately, and this is what they're doing with the artisan figures now. Looking good so far. Uh-oh, what's that strand there? Okay, let's get the head sculpt on real quick. Man. So with these artisan figures, you've got a separate container with the head, and there's a way to open it. There we go. Wow, look at that. That is just fantastic. And like I said in the opener, this is all actual stitched strands. It's pretty stiff, but some might argue it's not worth the extra cost, because you could hardly tell the difference if you put the head sculpt side by side. But it's just going the extra mile. You know, you've got the strands of material woven around it. You got the embellishments on the bottom. This is made of cloth, the bandana. And then you get the plastic head sculpt itself. Oops. All right, so that whole thing came off. There we go. Okay. Let's put this on. Boom. Let's put this on. There we go. Very nice. All right, now we can talk about the figure. So the, let's get this off. So just an outstanding figure. I mean, unparalleled detail. There's so much intricacies to his costume anyway. So it's quite a challenge to put a figure like this together, I imagine. Cloth from top to bottom. I mean, other than the head sculpt, the boots are made of material. They've got this stiffness to them. Hopefully that doesn't crack over time. Trusting Hot Toys here. You got this interior detailing here, weathering throughout. Look at the belt buckle there. The detailing on the leathering, unbelievable. The lining on the inside. Look at that. So much to this. And there's some looks like some wireframe on the bottom of the coat. So you could have some posability with the bending on there. Man, you got the tattooing on the hand. There's material wrapping on this hand that's not sculpted and painted. That's actual material. He's got this armband on. Wow, fantastic. Let's get that out of there. The belt buckles here. I mean, the buckling here is amazing. Oh man, this is one of the best figures I've seen by Hot Toys in a long time. Wow. And looks like advanced posability too. There's some clicking going on here in the knee, and to some extent in the elbow as well. Wow. Let's see what else we got here. So we have his hat, and thank God his hat is not made of plastic. I would have hated if they did that after everything I just described. It is made of material. It's a stiff leather-like material, and it's sculpted, and yeah, looks like you have some trouble getting it on there. Do I have it the right way? Yeah, I think I do. That's the front. Okay. Just doesn't rest on there easily because of this, all the hair bunching up in the back. There we go. Wow. And the likeness, of course, is on point. I mean, why wouldn't it be? It was fantastic the first time around when they first came out with this figure. And it's got the rolling eyeballs, of course. And it looks like you've got this alternate facial expression here with that smirk that he's known for. So this one's sort of a serious straight face. This one's got the smirk. Let's see what else we have here. Instructions. A bunch of extra hands. Just kind of free floating. Oh, I guess I spilled them out of there. All right, some extra pegs, and you've got a variety of poses of hands, all of them equally detailed to the standard hands with the wrapping and everything. Extra buttons in case the buttons fall off. Good, I didn't spill anything. All right. Have his long sword here, made of plastic. It would have been nice if it was metal, I'll be honest, but it's nicely done. It looks metallic enough, and it fits in the sheath very nicely. Nice and stiff, it holds. Got a dagger. Even more weathered. That looks beautiful. Nicely done there. And that holds very well in the sheath as well. Got one gun here. Doesn't cock at all. No movement, but beautifully done. Look at that. And then here's a more weathered basic one. Got his periscope. That's weathered as well. Looks nice and brass. Some accoutrement here. I'll have to read the instructions on how this attaches. These are all little decorations, it looks like. He's got so many decorations on him. Yeah, so there's a bunch of those. This one's a little, looks like a mummified hand. Got his compass. And is that open? Yeah, it's got a latch on there. And that opens up. Very nicely done. Got his ship in a bottle. And the other figure that I have that we'll do side by side with came with this as well. I think this one is more weathered looking, more detailed. So they improved upon that as well. And you got the nice detailing of the ship inside there. Then you got his lantern, and it looks like it is battery operated. So either it comes with the battery or you have to get the battery on your own. I'll read the instructions for that. Let's check that out in a little bit. Oh, you got the full pirate's chest here. My other figure didn't come with this. It's got some weight to it. And look at that. It's nicely sculpted. All single sculpt, but it looks nice enough. I'll have to do some reference photo searches. Maybe it should be a little bit shinier because that's pretty flat looking. But it's still got a nice metallic sheen to it. Very nice. Then you got the display monstrosity here. So the original one came with this as well. It's got the rope in there. It does rotate. And I think this one's weathered a little bit better than the other one too. We'll see in the side by side, but very nicely done. It's got some wear on the handles like you would expect on a real one. Beautiful. There's the base, and it's also got some weight to it. It's got the nameplate on the front, metallic, Jack Sparrow, and the water effect on here is translucent. So that's a nice touch as well. They didn't have to do that, but the fact that they did makes it look even better. And the weathering and the detailing on this woodwork is just amazing. Fantastic there. All right, and looks like that's the hole for the display base stand. Yeah, so no metallic attachment of the feet here. It looks like you've got to grab onto him with the clasp. That screws in there like that. You got the tweezers. I imagine you'll need that to attach some of the things. This as well, tiny little screwdriver for attaching this. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to read the instructions and see what I missed here, including how to attach those little accessories, and then do side by side with the other one. I'm excited here. All right, folks, we're back. So I have him all set up, and boy, does he look fantastic. I decided to go with this pose with him gripping one hand onto the wheel and the other one with his sword in hand. I probably am going to change the face out because it looks a little too glaring like this. The smirk option is definitely a better one here. But the light, luckily, thank you Hot Toys, they did include the batteries for it. There's 2 tiny batteries, and the included screwdriver is to open that, as well as what I originally suspected, which is the stand in the back. So they just go in here. There's a switch here. Great feature. Definitely adds to the appearance of the whole display. It's a tight squeeze to have everything here, so he doesn't have a lot of standing room, and as a result, there's not many options for rearranging his pose from the waist down, because it's a tight fit back there. There's slots here in the base to secure the wheel, but great figure. Now let's take a look at the old Pirates of the Caribbean DX06. This is the Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. Now here's the thing I'm going to call out here, and this is kind of a controversial call, but I would have to say that if you have this figure, you probably aren't going to lose any sleep not getting this one. They did such a good job on this original one way back then that there was really very little room to improve upon a re-release. Now, with all of the Artisan Edition figures that I've unboxed, all of the 2.0 figures that I've unboxed so far from Hot Toys, this is the only figure where I'd say really doesn't have a long list or a marked list of advantages over the previous version. Other than the display, and I mean, there was a previous one that had like a water feature to it as well. I think there was a cannon or a shark in there or something like that. So similar, and you could probably get that used on eBay, just the base. This one, once again, bunch of hand options. I was right. If you're comparing the two shipping bottles, this one has like a green tint to it, but there's no weathering really to it. And then this one definitely does have some weathering, and it's more screen accurate. So great detailing on that one. Other than that, they both include the periscope. This one, the newer one, has a little bit more of a brass finish to it. This one is more of a worn metallic color to it. It includes this bottle that he could hold. It looks like he's drinking from. The newer version doesn't have that. The lamp is not LED featured, so it's just, it looks nice, but it doesn't, actually, you know, now that I think about it, I don't think this is even from this figure. Yeah, so I had added this to this figure, never mind. It came with the flag, and I think I remember correctly from opening the box that this kind of was part of the initial reveal when you open the box, that this was just kind of lying there on top as an insert, and then you reveal the figure underneath. So the new one didn't include that. The wheels themselves look identical. I mean, I'd have to say that they use the same mold, same technique. The base, definitely, you know, an upgrade in the newer version, because this is just a piece of cardboard with a print on it to make it look like wood. It's magnetized so it could hold this base here in place, but even that looks kind of corny, and it doesn't really, you can't really, I don't know, it just doesn't look good. So definitely an improvement there. Now let's compare the figures. All right, so head sculpts, once again, like I said before, the quality of the head sculpt originally was fantastic, and the new one, I would have to say maybe it's slightly darker if you look at them side by side. Other than that, the appearance-wise, no different. The clothing, it does look a little bit more crisp in the newer version, but look at the detailing that they did in the old one. So not that bad here. So look at that compared to this. A little bit darker, but otherwise really no difference in the stitching. Yeah. The accessories, all of these little dangly things, all the same. Now, one thing, I don't know if it was only because of the particular film, that maybe this film only had this animal tail thing. The newer version doesn't have that. So I don't know if you're stuck on having that animal tail, you might want to get this figure. Other than that, the hand is there. This one does include a, so this shrunken head. This is not included in the new one.